Shiba Inu is on fire today. It seems like the price just keeps going higher, and people are celebrating. Analysts are dropping their signals, and the reason for this seems to be a shocking move by the US government that has sent waves through the entire Shiba Inu community. Almost 41 trillion Shiba Inu tokens are on the move. Could this be the start of the dream bull run we've all been waiting for, or is it something else? Let me explain. Today is actually a really good day for Shiba Inu, finally. After what felt like endless ups and downs, the price has decided to take off, surging nearly 10% and completely erasing the losses from the past 24 hours. Now, if you're looking at that number and thinking, 10% isn't that much, trust me, it is a big deal, especially considering how shaky things have been lately. The past few days have been an absolute roller coaster. One moment, Shiba Inu looked like it was holding strong, and the next, it was dipping hard, driving investors into panic mode. The volatility was off the charts, and it honestly felt like no one knew what was coming next. Was it going to keep dropping? Was there going to be another sudden shakeup? The uncertainty was everywhere, and you could practically feel the fear in the market. But today, things are different. The atmosphere has completely shifted. Instead of another nerve-wracking dip, we got a solid push upwards. And not just a tiny bounce, either. This one actually feels like it has some weight to it. The kind that makes investors stop holding their breath for a second and finally exhale. You know that feeling when everything has been pure chaos, and suddenly, for the first time in a while, there's a little bit of peace. That's what today feels like. The panic that's been hanging over the market is starting to fade away, and people can finally step back, look at the bigger picture, and think about their next move without feeling completely overwhelmed. Of course, this is crypto, and anything can happen, but for now, today is one of those rare moments where everyone can just breathe. No fear, no panic, just a sigh of relief as Shiba Inu finds its footing, starts climbing again. And here's the thing, this price movement didn't just bring relief, it actually shook things up in a big way. One analyst even pointed out that, according to the charts, Shiba Inu is right on the edge of something huge. We're not just talking about a small rally. He's saying Shiba Inu is gearing up for a massive breakthrough. The way the price is moving, the momentum it's picking up, everything is lining up for something big. It's like the calm before the storm, but in a good way. If this plays out the way the charts suggest, Shiba Inu might not just be recovering, it could be preparing to explode. But what's actually causing this sudden climb? Where's all this hype coming from? Well, if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, it's not just Shiba Inu making moves. Bitcoin is absolutely going wild today too. After spending days struggling around the lower end of its range, even dipping to levels that had people worried, Bitcoin just took off, soaring past $94,000. It's a completely different story now, and the whole market is feeling it. And the reason? Well, Donald Trump just dropped a bombshell on the crypto world. Out of nowhere, he announced something massive, the creation of a US crypto reserve. This is a huge deal. In a post on Truth Social, he explained that this reserve is meant to boost the crypto industry after what he called years of attacks from the Biden administration. He specifically mentioned that this reserve would include major cryptos like XRP, Solana, and Cardano. But that wasn't all. He followed up by saying that, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum would be central to the reserve as well. Oh, and he made it extra clear he loves Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's not even the end of it. Trump is set to host the first ever White House Crypto Summit on Friday, and investors are already on edge, waiting to see what else he might say. But what really stands out here is how he's framing this. In the past, there was talk about a crypto stockpile, which would have meant just holding onto what the government already had. But now, he's talking about an actual reserve, which suggests active buying and long-term strategic moves. Ever since Trump won re-election, there's been growing talk about the US building a Bitcoin reserve, and that hype helped push Bitcoin to new record highs. But when he issued an executive order on crypto back in January, momentum kind of stalled. Now, though, this new announcement has flipped the switch again, and the market is absolutely roaring back to life. And of course, when Bitcoin makes a move this big, Shiba Inu isn't far behind. The excitement, the hype, the surge in confidence, It's all fueling Shiba Inu's rise. Today's price action is proof that something big is brewing. So what about Shiba Inu specifically? Well, Lucy, the Shiba Inu team's lead marketer, has weighed in. The Shiba Inu team is watching this whole situation closely, and they actually expect the US government to consider adding Shiba Inu and BOEM to the digital asset reserve alongside other major cryptos. After Trump's announcement, Lucy called it great news for the entire crypto space. She's hopeful that Shiba Inu's ecosystem tokens could eventually be part of this reserve, which would be a massive deal. If that happens, it wouldn't just bring credibility, it could also push Shiba Inu's value to an entirely new level. The reserve works like any other national asset stockpile, meaning the US would actively hold and support these cryptos, giving them more legitimacy. And with all the buzz around this, David Sachs, the White House AI and crypto czar, hinted that we're going to hear it even more details soon. In fact, Trump and his team are hosting their first ever crypto summit in just a few days, and that's when we might finally get answers on whether more tokens, including Shiba Inu, could be added. So yeah, this could be huge. If Shiba Inu actually gets included in this reserve, we're talking about a game-changing moment, something that could send its price soaring to completely insane levels. Remember that analyst's prediction we mentioned in our previous video, the one that said Shiba Inu could hit $1? Well, that might actually come true. This isn't just another temporary pump or short-lived hype cycle. This could be the kind of event that turns a lot of people into millionaires overnight. For now, though, we should enjoy this pump for what it is. No matter what happens next, it's a solid moment for Shiba Inu holders. In fact, one analyst pointed out that this is huge for anyone holding Shiba Inu right now. On-chain data shows that a massive amount of Shiba Inu minus 41 trillion tokens is now back in the green, meaning a lot of investors are finally seeing profits again. And that's all thanks to the recent price stabilization. When the market calms down after wild swings, it gives holders a chance to breathe, and that's exactly what's happening now. But does this mean Shiba Inu is about to completely break out and skyrocket even further? Not necessarily. There's still some bearish pressure in the mix, and the price is stuck under a key resistance level it hasn't been able to break yet. That means we're in a bit of a waiting game. Things look promising, but it's not a full-blown uptrend just yet. What do you think? Comment down below. If you're curious for more, check out one of the videos on your screen. And don't forget, turn on notifications so you never miss an important Shiba Inu update. Missing out could cost you money, so don't risk it.